About 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Roll it out. Good morning, everybody. All right. Let's do this. Ooh, let's do this. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Move your legs. Drive the knees. Get that blood pumping. Get those muscles warmed up. It's funny. Go up to 4.5 minutes. VO2 max. Come back to 2 minutes. Seems like a walk in the park. Am I right, Cody? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your kid-friendly iPad case. Hold that up there, Code. I get the same one floating around here somewhere. I cracked my iPad putting it in there, though. A tight fit. All right, so with some of you guys had a day off yesterday after a solid weekend of work, so you might be a little heavy right now. Get those legs rolling. No rush to go fast right away. Give the body time to build into it. Good crew this morning, Emily. Yeah. Huh? Driscoll's playing golf. Told him he was suspended for a workout. So we went and played golf instead. So a lot of athletes have race week this week. Got Morro Bay coming up, Chattanooga. Got some half marathons. It's a good workout because it's not over. You don't exert yourself too much, but you get the legs taken over, prime the system a little bit without depleting that muscle glycogen too much. So it wakes the legs up, gives them a little shock. Remember, going into race week, taper week, you want to keep some intensity, drop some volume down without overcooking it. You don't want to be stale going into race day. So we don't just do all zone 1, zone 2 work. We kind of incorporate a little intensity. Just back it down a little bit, leaving us fresh and ready to rip come race day. So that's what we'll do here. A bunch of 2-minute efforts once we get into the main set. Well, let's not worry about that now. Let's just get the legs going, get warmed up, relax that foot, release your ankle, relax your calf. We got a slow build here. We'll build up the threshold with some 30-second efforts. Back it down before we get into the main set. 9 by 2 minutes today at VO2 Max. With a 2-minute recovery in between each. There was a time when we thought 2 minutes was a long time at VO2 Max. Yeah, 2 minutes. Jeez, barely make it. A minute and a half. How do I go to 2 minutes? It's all relative. You go up to 4.5 minutes like we did last week. Coming back to 2 minutes seems like a walk in the park. But we will increase intensity a little bit, guys. So a little higher than we've been going in the past couple of weeks. But we'll just take it one at a time. Stay mindful, dialed into the process. Without getting ahead of ourselves. And we're going to have a blast. So like I said, we'll slowly increase effort here. Let's just make sure we're doing everything perfectly, every single pedal stroke. Knees are straight up and down, lower legs relaxed. Wiggle your toes, release your ankle, relax your calf. Keep those hip flexors turned off as that knee floats up. As the knee drives down, drop your heel. As the knee floats up, relax your foot. We don't want to be yanking on that pedal as the foot comes up the back. We want to float that foot up, relax your foot, release your ankle. And keep the stress off that hip flexor. More and more, I look at the dynamic movement assessments that athletes are sending me through from different physical therapists or proactive sports performance or whoever it may be. The more I'm seeing the red dots in the hips, the mobility and the tightness in the hips as a limiting factor in performance. And if we look at our position on the bike, with that closed hip angle, right? Very tight angle here from torso to legs. And we go to run, and our body goes back into that tight angle, right? Whereas we want to be here, we want to bring those hips up. So we have less restriction bringing the knee through. If our hips are back here and we're trying to run, like we cycle with the tight hips, right? We're going to do this Ironman march. Whereas if we can bring the hips forward, get good extension in those hips, that's where we get that nice, good turnover, nice long stride with that extension in the back. So we want to work a lot of hip mobility, hip strengthening, and keep the stress off that hip flexor as we're pedaling. In order to stay healthy and efficient as we move from bike to run. So bridges, hip flexor stretching after you're warmed up, planks, side planks, stability ball, pelvis raises. I mean, there's a ton of stuff you can do to work mobility and length into those hip flexors. And I'm just talking about in sport. We go into our everyday lives where we're sitting at a desk working at the computer or driving in our car. That's further emphasizing that closed off hip angle. So we got to do a lot to combat that when we're not swimming, biking, running, working, driving. Work that mobility, work that strength in those hips. All right, guys. Up to 90%. We're going to back it down for a few minutes here in 10 seconds. And then we'll get some 30-second pickups to finish off warm-up. 5. And back it down nice and easy. Just nice and relaxed. Release your shoulders, relax your jaw. Big deep breaths. Release any tension. Relaxed pedal stroke or relaxed body is an efficient body, which leads to a fast body. Something, especially the athletes racing in the near future, you got to keep reminding yourself. Our first inclination on course is, oh, I gotta go. That's not what gets you there the fastest. Gets there is, I'm relaxed, making it look effortless. NBD, I could be on a Tuesday morning ride or leaving it all on the Morro Bay 70.3 course. Either way, I look the same, relaxed, unaffected by the environment, performing within my ability levels. And all that keeps you efficient and moving as quick as possible. So as we go into these VO2, these 30-second pickups and into the VO2 max, focus on that relaxation. Find yourself tensing up, trying too hard. Focus on that relaxation. Then we want to mirror that feeling when we hit the race course. So as we go through these 30-second pickups, let's increase our cadence every 2. We have 8 of them. So don't blow it out right away, Leslie. Yeah, you. Give us enough room to grow as we build through the 8th one. So number 1 and 2, let's go into our low 90s, low to mid 90s for our cadence. Effort's 85%, so it's not too high. Start bringing your cadence up now. So we drive our knees, relax the lower leg, wiggle your toes, float the foot up the back. 2, 1, and that's going to help us get some extra RPMs by staying nice and efficient, nice and smooth, relaxing that lower leg. Ten seconds, drive those knees straight up and down. 2, 1, back it down. Nice and easy. All right, go. We'll come back to that same cadence here. Jordan, nice to have you back, buddy. Here we go, 85% again. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep it right there. If you find yourself tensing up at all, release that tension. 2, 1, back it down. All right, it's up that intensity here. Go up to 90%, bring that cadence into the low 100s. 3, 2, focus on floating that knee up, relaxing the hips, releasing tension out of those hip flexors. Relax your foot. Load it up, guys. I say it, I'm a broken record every single damn session, but it's too important not to remind you guys. 3, 2, 1. No matter how much I stress it, several times throughout the season, someone tells me, oh, my hip's hurting a little bit. And I'll tell you what, 99% of the time, it's athletes who aren't on Zoom for these workouts. Get on Zoom, get on Zoom, get on Zoom. Oh, I can't make it work. I can't be there. Watch the YouTube link. 2, 1, let's go. Because we're constantly reminding you. So you guys are doing it right. Become second nature. Float that knee up. Come on. 3, 2, good. Back it down, spin it out. All right, here we go. We'll go up again. 95%. Cadence comes up, 105 to 110. Yeah, we're moving, Santiago. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Good stability in your saddle. No bouncing, no swaying. Shut down upper body movement by melting into your saddle, bringing that weight back. 10 seconds. 2, 1. Back it down. Good. How we doing on cadence? We getting there? Get that cadence up, 105 to 110. Bloody long, you getting there? Yeah, buddy. All right, here we go again. Start bringing it up now. 3, 2, let's go. Come on. Move your legs. Santiago's racing Morro Bay this weekend. Some people say, I'm tapering. I need to back it down. 3, 2, 1. If you can't make it through this workout and you think you need to taper this early in the week, say we probably need to build a little more fitness. This is a good sharpening session. You're racing this weekend. You should be doing this session full on. Here we go. Let's up it again, the threshold. Cadence, 110 to 115. 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, guys. Move your legs. Challenge yourself here. Challenge yourself. Your body learns the pathways, but you got to go there. Regarding foot speed. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, 1 to go. Same thing. 110 to 120 cadence. Let's finish it off, guys. Heart rate's coming up. Muscles are getting warm. 2, 1. Challenge yourself. Come on. Come on, bring it up again. Let's go. Release your ankle. 3, 2, and back it down. 3.5 minutes easy. Emily, give them a heads up. What should they look for in this main set? What do you got?
I just think don't judge it on how the first couple intervals feel. You'll still warm up into it, and one at a time. If you need to turn it down a little bit, feeling a little heavy, then a couple percentage points is not gonna affect anything negatively. So that's it.
Well said. Yeah, we want you to make it through the workout, guys. That's the biggest thing. Some reason you're carrying some fatigue, feeling a little off, I'd rather you hit the down arrow, get through the session, than overreach on this particular day and fail halfway through. Sorry, I just put this hat on right before the workout. And a long thing hanging from there. I had to cut it. So that down arrow, we can use the down arrow if you need to in order to get through it. But for most of us, been with us, 2 minutes isn't too daunting, but it's still gonna add up, guys. So don't turn a blind eye and just say, oh, 2 minutes. May as well not even do it. So we go 106, 111, and we finish with 2 at 116%. We're pushing some good watts. By the end, on top of some fatigue, but also since we are backing it off a little bit after that last 2-minute effort, not looking too far ahead, that's it. We're not doing our extended ride this week. Extra 10, 15, 20 minutes. We're not doing that because we're backing down volume a little bit. So we're ready to rip next week. Getting a slight reprieve in intensity, duration, volume this week. In order to adapt to the stress we've been loading the last 3 or 4 weeks. So in 30 seconds, we'll hit number 1. 2 minutes at 106%. Just because it's not 4.5 minutes doesn't mean we don't practice our mindfulness. Take it 30 seconds at a time, stay present, focus on the process. Like going from an Ironman to a sprint race. You don't just say, oh, it's a sprint. I'm just going to forget everything that I focus on. 2, 1, cadence in the upper 80s, low 90s. Upper body is nice and relaxed. Number 1's always the toughest, guys. Ripping the Band-Aid off. Keep the cadence up. I don't want that cadence to drop too low. Still gonna get muscular stress. But I'd rather be a little more aerobic. Good. Watch your left knee. Don't let it knock in. Same thing on the right. Relax, guys. Three, two, and back it down. Very nice. Wow. That was a quick 2 minutes. That flew by, huh, Emily? Quick. Yeah. All right. So I got frog in my throat. Hold on. Emily, take it away.
Take it where? Just spin nice and easy. I prefer to keep my cadence up on this easy stuff. Spin it out. If it didn't feel great on that one, it'll feel better on the next one. And if it never feels better, you can reevaluate after the first 4. But if you do have a race coming up, I would just keep that in mind. As Jim said, you don't want to overdo it here. You want it to feel hard, but not too hard, if that makes any sense. And keep your cadence up, especially if you have a race.
Exactly. Keep that muscular load at bay. Well said, Em. All right, number 2 coming up. Cadence in the high 80s, low 90s again. Let's do it, guys. Here we go. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Let's go. I want you to just ride 30 seconds at a time. 30 to 30 to 30. You're racing this weekend. Visualize yourself powering up a roller. Rollers take about 2 minutes. You know you can push where the course slows down. We speed up because we've prepared for it. You can come out of a hard effort like this and recover because we practice it time and time again. So you may call it a risk by digging deep and pushing hard, but it's not a risk for us because we've proven we can push to this level and recover coming right out of it. Recover quickly. Drive those knees, keep the cadence up, guys. Come on. Three, two, one. Spin it out. Good. The Granites raced the half marathon this weekend. For years, I've been trying to ingrain into her, take the restrictor plate off, take a risk, see what you're capable of, push the effort. You'll be fine. You have enough fitness to push to that teetering point and maintain. And she was always a little hesitant. She was always wary. She didn't trust herself. She thought she couldn't go there and maintain. She raced the half, got a good warm up in from the start. She hit it, held a heart rate of 155 to 160 the entire way, which is pretty darn high for her. And she PR'd by over a minute. But it took her years to figure out, hey, you know what? It's going to hurt. But if I take that risk, what's the worst that can happen? This is why I like standalone events, because she can take that risk and realize, hey, you know what? I can't survive. So when she goes into a triathlon, she's going to have more tenacity. Here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Got to take the risk occasionally and prove to ourselves how damn fit, how damn strong mentally and physically we are. Because to do the things you guys want to do out there, they are hard. Physically, mentally, emotionally. But we cultivate that trust in ourselves here. Workouts like that, like this. Cadence in the high 80s, low 90s. Keep it there, guys. "30 seconds at a time. Think about that knee drive. Drop your heel as that knee drives down. Left knee, drive it down. Drop your left heel. Same thing on the right side. Drive your right knee down. Drop your right heel. Get those glutes working. Three, two, one. Good. So you also have the option of doing these with your ERG off. That means you're holding the power on your own. Or you could do a couple ERG on, ERG off. It's up to you, but I want you holding the specified wattage. If you're racing this weekend, whatever you got, take note of the power you're at right now. Not right now, but on these 106% efforts. And if you're looking at your heart rate and you're thinking, man, I just can't get my heart rate up during the effort, 2 minutes isn't quite long enough for many of us to spike the heart rate into the VO2 max range. So don't worry about that. This is a session where we're focusing on power. Thursday, we'll focus on heart rate. So whether ERG is on or off, you're holding this power. 2 minute effort left. And we get a nice long break. Start bringing your cadence up now. Come on. 5 seconds. Here we go. Hit it. 2, 1. Let's go. If ERG is off, don't overcook it. Not even halfway through yet. Of course, you feel good now. If we really want to push the last couple, we can't dig ourselves a hole now. So stick to the number that you're prescribed. Think about floating that left foot, left knee up as the right knee drives down. The right heel drops. Switch sides. Drive your left knee down. Drop your left heel. Float your right knee up. Work them together. Focus on your weaker side. Drive one knee down. Float the other knee up. Three, 2, 1. Good mindful work, guys. Get a drink. Take a gel. Keep working that race day-like nutrition into your sessions. Doesn't have to be as frequent, but we want to get used to processing those sugars while under stress, while under load. So maybe you only take 1 gel during an hour workout like this, but take something so we can further adapt that gut to processing those sugars. So if you're racing this weekend, I want you to keep the wattage where it was in the 2-minute efforts, right? So you're going to hit that down arrow till the wattage equals that 106% wattage we just hit. Everybody else, we're going up to 111%. But if you're racing, you're staying at 106%, and you're doing that by hitting that down arrow until the wattage equals the same wattage you were just at. Okay, how is this block of VO2 work change your performance, or has it changed your performance, or what has it done for your fitness on the bike?
So recent, I've been doing Mulholland every week now on Saturdays. this last one I used heart rate, not like looking at my power, but heart rate. And in the end, my heart rate was equal to the power that we were putting out on Thursdays. So
And
which
how
result,
how hard did you think you were going on Mulholland?
I thought it was going at like 85%.
The heart rate was lower at higher watts.
Yeah.
Exactly. That wasn't a leading question. I didn't know what he was going to say. So usually I set these things up beforehand and I tell him what to say. I didn't tell Johnny what to say there. And that's what happens, guys. That's what we want to hear. Heart rate zones, correct me if I'm wrong, Emily, they're not going to change really. They're going to stay. What's going to change is the power. I'm never wrong. That's what you're supposed to say. Is the power that you're hitting at those zones, right? So your 70% heart rate is going to be 130. 70% heart rate is going to stay at 130 if you're fit now, right? We're not really going to change that much. If you're not fit and you're just building fitness, sure, that'll change. But if we're pretty darn fit, that 70% is going to be 70%. What changes the power we're hitting at that effort. So we're putting out more watts at the same 70% heart rate. We're going to go faster with less work. Because going into an Ironman, we don't say, oh, we're fitter, so we're going to hold 85% heart rate. It's not realistic. No matter what, we're going to keep it in that 70, 75, 80 at the most heart rate percentage. Because we got to run a marathon off the bike. Well, we want as many watts as we can get at those percentages, and this is how we do it. We reach to new heights. The body adapts to the stress it's placed under. So here we go, 111% for 2 minutes. Cadence stays in the low 90s. ERG on, ERG off. You're holding that 111%. You got the wattage right in front of you. Here we go, 106% for racers. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, guys. Now we rip the Band-Aid off. We're feeling good, but don't get ahead of yourself. Stay present and focus on the process. Drop your heel in the front. Scrape it under the bottom. Pull that heel back. Turn that hamstring on. Let's think about your left heel. Drive it down, pull it under. 30 pedal strokes. Count to yourself. Go. Over to the right, same thing. Drop the heel, pull it under. 30 pedal strokes. Let's go. Stay right there, guys. Come on. All the way in. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Like I told you, as that power goes up, that fatigue mounts a little quicker. So we don't want to overcook it at the start. We went too hard on those first 4 because it felt too easy. We're going to have a tough time reaching the new heights in the last 4. Emily said everybody recovers at a different cadence. So some of you might need a little lighter gear, higher foot speed. Some of you guys just want to keep the cranks turning at a nice low cadence, whatever you need to do in this 2 minutes to get your mojo back. You do it on your own. Well, we're good and going here again in 25 seconds. So some big deep breaths. Everybody just relax. Out with the old, in with the new. All right, here we go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'd rather you start a little under. You need to hit the down arrow. You're off ERG. Start a little under that focus wattage and build up to it. And start above it. Be too aggressive and limp to the finish. Drive your knees, guys. Bring your cadence up. Come on. Drive your left knee. Focus on that left knee. 30 pedal strokes. Go. Over to the right knee. Drive it down for 30. Let's go. Good. Now together. Right knee, left knee. Cadence up. Let's go. Bring it up. 2 to 3 RPMs. Three, 2, 1. Remember, the more we challenge ourselves here, the more we do things that we don't necessarily want to do, the more apt we're going to be on race day to accept those challenges, accept those obstacles, and drive right through them without backing down. We build that brain power, that brain volume now by attacking things that we tell ourselves, hell no, this sucks. I'm not going to do this. I don't want to do this. And then we go and do it. Our brain increases. Oh, we do it again. Ugh. Do it again. Ugh. The reason I wear a size 15 hat, I've been challenging myself for years. Go on race day. You see a hill at 15%, and you think, oh my God, I'm going to walk up this thing. Or one of our athletes says, I'm going to push 150% and I'm going to crush this thing. Yeah, it's going to suck, but I'm no stranger to challenging myself, taking on obstacles that are daunting to mere mortals. We accept the challenge, embrace it, power through it. Because what we do on rides like this, here we go again. 3, 2, 1, let's go, come on. Accept the challenge. Attack it with tenacity. Some call it grit. I just call it our way of life. Once again, think about that left knee down. Float your right knee up. 30 pedal strokes, left knee down. Float the right knee up. Let's go. Over to the other side, right knee down. Float your left knee up. Let's go. Left knee down. Float your right knee up. Right knee down. Float your left knee up. Three, two, one. All right, 5 minutes easy. Keep your legs turning. Take another gel if you need to. Keep on that hydration. Emily, what do you see?
Just 2 more to go. That's it. Don't need to be a hero, just finish strong.
Once again, if you're racing, hit that down arrow a couple times. Keep it at that 106%. Everybody else, we're going to 116. So intensity on top of fatigue leads to resiliency. Strong legs. I was just read an interview by Craig Alexander. He attributed a lot of his success, 3-time Ironman world champion, multiple 70.3 world champion. I got to tell people who Craig Alexander is, Emily. A lot of short memories in this sport. But he attributed a lot of his success to this resiliency of his legs, of his body, to absorb the stress. To power through when the going got tough. Relying on the foundation he built, session after session, week over week, month after month, year after year. So when everybody else started to fade, he just kept plodding along at the same pace. my friend, heavyweight boxer, Dillian White. Conversation talking about fitness. What separates the number one in the world from the number two from number three? They all punch with similar power. They have similar technique. But what separates most of them is fitness. Who can withstand the longest, the punching, the anaerobic effort, the aerobic effort, the leg strength, the core strength? Who has the best fitness to withstand all that through round 10, 12, whatever they're going? I think Rocky went 20 rounds in his. That was a never-ending boxing match. Same thing with us, guys. It's not about how much faster we are than everybody else. How long can we maintain our effort, our Ironman effort, half Ironman effort? We do workouts like this to bring those efforts up, or to bring the power and speed up. We repeat these efforts one after another to ingrain that resiliency in the body and the mind. So when everybody else starts to falter, we just keep plodding along. So we're going to finish this off 116%. If you're racing, you're staying at 106. But we're definitely going to be reaching on these guys. They're only 2 minutes efforts. I gave you a 5-minute break before the last round because I know it takes something special to keep 116% for 2 minutes. But we can do it. Our mind tells us we don't want to do it. Shut the mind off and do it. Next time you're faced with a challenge, no matter where it is in life, whether it's in sport, business, family, because of efforts like this, because of yourselves challenging yourself here, you're going to be able to challenge yourself there. You're going to be able to take it on with greater ability. So here we go. 116%. 2, 1. Let's go. Come on, guys. Cadence up. Drive your right knee down. Drop your right heel. 40 pedal strokes. Count to yourself. Let's go. Good. Over to the left side. Drive your left knee down. Drop your left heel. 40 pedal strokes. Let's go. Good. Right knee, left knee. Drive them down. Drop the heels. Come on. Focus on that knee drive. Three, 2, 1. Good. Work, guys. Get a drink. Keep those legs turning. Got one more. One more. We hit it. We attack it. We don't just make it through. We look forward to it. Oh man, we got a minute to go. I wish we were starting right now. Attack. Just like when we see a hill or a roller on race day. We don't cower to it. Put our head down, get on top of those pedals, and we attack. We speed up where the course slows down. Headwinds, hills, coming out of corners, coming out of turns. We don't cower. We embrace. 20 seconds. I wish we were going already. It's how much I want to get after it on this effort. 10 seconds. Start bringing your cadence up. Let's go. Come on, bring that cadence up now. I want you to hit it right from the start. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Drive through the pedals, guys. Weights back on the saddle. Upper body's relaxed. Big deep breaths. Float those knees up the back. Don't yank the pedals. And just ride 30 seconds to 30 seconds to 30 seconds. Find your flow. Find your focus. Next 30. Last 30. Keep that focus. Three, 2, 1. Very nice. How you did, guys? All right, spin it out. Got 2 minutes easy. This is our cool down. You can stay longer if you need to. Get that heart rate down into the low 100s, 90s before you get off. I have our 2 p.m. call today as usual. A lot of good stuff coming your way as always. So join us at 2 p.m. We have a Tower 26 summer party we're going to announce at the 2 p.m. call. Talk a little bit about Morro Bay. So we got a lot of stuff on the docket to go over in addition to all the educational stuff we always talk about. So 2 p.m. and I'll have the recording up afterwards if you can't join live. Thursday, wear your heart rate monitors, wear your heart rate straps. We're doing another knowledge-based heart rate session. Be a good pre-race session for those racing. Not overcooking it, but working some good race specific stuff. Keep the legs going with a slightly lower TSS. So wear that heart rate strap on Thursday. If you don't have one, grab one off Amazon. I'm hearing some amazing feedback from those Thursday rides and how much you guys are learning about yourself, your efforts, and your numbers as we go through those rides. So we'll see you guys at 2 p.m. Amazing work. Way to reach, way to adapt, and way to challenge yourself. Love it, guys. When you go inside the house, you don't feel like making those eggs, you're going to put your head down and make those eggs. You know what I'm talking about. All right, guys. See you at 2 p.m. Love you. Bye.